Brought to you by the You Run Podcast Network. Stuffed crust, yeah, come with stuffed crust. A nigga something extra, yeah, come with stuffed crust. Stuffed crust, yeah, come with stuffed crust. So it's cheese, gonna bust, yeah, come with stuffed crust. Stuffed crust, yeah, come with stuffed crust. A nigga something extra, yeah, come with stuffed crust. Stuffed crust, yeah, come with stuffed crust. So it's cheese, gonna bust, yeah, come with stuffed crust.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, Stuffed Crust edition. I'm your host, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, my friend, my homie, Sheamus Rogers. Sheamus, it's great to hear you.
It's great to hear your lovely host voice, the host with the most. What up? Good morning.
Yes.
It's very bright out for a nighttime.
Did you say good night, evening? What did you say?
Yeah,
I think I said, yeah, we can suspend the audience's beliefs, okay? It's whatever we want it to be right now.
Whatever day, whatever time.
Well, we're like hours and hours apart, so like it's like midnight for one of us.
Sure.
It's 4:20 for me always.
Oh, shit. Also with me tonight, the sweatpants overlord, follically challenged himself, Greg Hoey. Greg, what's good, baby?
Oh, just chilling like a villain. How you doing? How's the audience doing? Oh, that's fantastic. That's good to hear.
So what's going on, boys?
Oh, chilling like fucking Corey Feldman.
Word.
Lots of drugs?
Oh, man. Corey Feldman is the result of Michael Jackson being buried in the pet cemetery.
It's not nice, Greg. He's an 80s icon. Like Corey Haim.
But still alive, miraculously.
We played, it might have been I think it was the Jewel Music Club in Manchester, and that's like the place that Corey Feldman played. I sat on the same couch. I sat on every couch. Be like, all right, Corey Feldman had to sit on one of these couches.
He sat in Feldman's farts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Corey Feldman doesn't fart.
Yeah, well, I doubt those couches are still around from Corey Feldman era.
Have you seen some of the clips from his fucking videos? I love the one where he's like playing guitar and like he just like looks up and the mic just smacks him right in the face. It's fucking hilarious. Poor guy. He's doing it though.
Isn't one of them dead?
Yeah,
Corey Haim. Yeah,
Corey Haim's dead.
Yeah.
God, he was the next River Phoenix.
He was, man. He had that classic like mullet, kind of spiked mullet hair with the fucking cross earring.
Yeah,
just one though.
Yeah.
He was a teenage heartthrob.
He was.
He's a bad boy.
He did have his license to drive.
That he did.
Fantastic movie featuring both of them and the Frog Brothers. Just one of the Frog Brothers.
How many movies did they star together?
That's a fucking...
I think it was every movie from like 85 to 88. Like all the movies.
Oh, every single one of them.
So Greg, I heard you have something exciting to tell us.
Nine films together.
Oh, you beat me to it.
All right, tell us your story, Rick.
Yeah. So, as you know, I'm in the band Follically Challenged. We're a cover band, and we've been playing a lot of VAs lately. And we were heading back to the Rochester Legion. And as you know, they smoke butts in there. That's the only show I ever invite you to, because I want you to come smoke butts at me. But so when I got there, of course it smelled like butts. It was fucking disgusting. There was this like old, no, he wasn't super old looking, but he was like kind of like eyeing me, and he came up to me and was like, so who are you? Like, what are you? Like, what music do you do? And I was like, we're a cover band. We do, a little for everything, some rock, some pop, some hip hop. So you do country? Like, no country. And then like he just babbled something. He was just like, Aerosmith. And I was like, okay, cool, man. All right. I'm writing this guy off. I walk off. I see my friend Sean Baker, who I haven't seen for a while. And then this other guy who looks like a war vet from The Simpsons. Got like this fucking sweet, like just white ponytail. And he comes up to me, he's like, hey, this is the Rochester Legion. We play God Bless America here every night. And I was like, okay, that's cool, man. He's like, you gonna play God Bless America at the end of the night? And I was like, yeah, I got you, dude. We're gonna, cool, man. Yeah. Walk away. So we get going. We play The Land of Confusion by Genesis, which is a very politically charged song if you like really look at the, lyrics.
Great music video.
Great music video. And actually, it's going to bring me to my second point. Some guy actually came up to me after and he's like, dude, that was fucking awesome. He's like, I love that song. He's like, you guys should redo a video and make fun of like Biden and Trump. He's like, they fucking do it all. He's like, that would be great. I was like, oh man. I'm like, that's the best reaction I've ever got from that song. Meanwhile, when we're playing it, like there's a bunch of things that's, like, make this a world worth living in, make this a world worth fighting for. And I hear it in the background, it's America. It is worth fighting for. And I'm like, uh-oh, okay. So that's the guy who was like babbling about like Aerosmith and shit. I was like, all right, yeah, don't worry about it. So anyway, they like us again. Like for some reason, I'm connecting with old people. It's like, it's happening to me. At my dispensary, I'm always helping old people, and they fucking love me. When I rap, not so much usually. But they love us there. We're playing a diverse bunch of music. People are dancing. People are liking it. Playing the last song, Killing in the Name of, blah, blah, blah. It's over. The dude with the ponytail walks up to me. He's like, hey, you didn't play God Bless America. And I was like, oh, here you go. So I stuck the mic in his face. He said, God bless America. And I said, okay, cool, man. And then so we wrap up. And they're all like, hey, play one more. Like, they're always like, play one more. I'm like, dude, I just played fucking from 7 to 11, 4 hours in a fucking bar full of disgusting cigarette smoke. Like, we're done. Like, fuck off. I don't say that.
Also, like, what band is going to want to play God Bless America? I mean, whether
exactly.
You're patriotic or not, like, it's not exactly like an upbeat song that the crowd's going to start pumping to,
Well, this is the Rochester Legion, though. We play God Bless America here.
I guess they need an awkward cry in the midst of their, antics.
Yeah. So this guy's like following me around, the guy with the ponytail, and he's like, hey. He's like, you got to play God Bless America. I was like, dude, we're done, man. I'm like, honestly, I don't know God Bless America. I'm like, I'm not religious. He's like, you don't know God Bless America? And then like this girl came over and she starts singing it to me. I'm like, listen, I know how it kind of goes. I know I could like hum it, I'm like, but I don't want to sing God Bless America. And then Dre, like my guitar player, Dre popped up. He's like, dude, we've been playing like Legions for a little while. Like this has never come up. We've never been asked to play God Bless America. And the guy's like, all right, well, next time, he's like, you're going to learn it. You're going to learn it. Next time you're going to play it and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, my God. So I'm like bending over, like picking up my mic stuff. And then his drunk buddy fucking walks over. And then he's still pestering me about God Bless America. And I was like, dude, I stuck the mic in your face, man. I'm like, I let you sing it. And then that guy pops up and says, hey, don't be rude to my captain. and dude, my composure not to fucking piss my pants laughing was fucking phenomenal. Like I fucking kept it cool. And I was like, dude, I'm not being rude. I told him I stuck the mic in his face to let him sing. I'm like, relax. And he goes, ha! Hey! Nobody tells me to relax! Nobody! And I was like, dude, fucking relax. Get the fuck out of my face. And like as I said that, like the bartender comes up and she's like, hey guys, get away from these guys. Like, stop fucking bothering them. and I walked up to get paid after, and she was like, oh my God.
That poor bartender that has to deal with these guys probably daily.
Totally. And she was super nice and very accommodating, and she was awesome. She gave us free Gatorades and water all night. But she was like, I'm so sorry. That's so embarrassing. And I was like, don't worry about it. We're used to dealing with drunk people. But I did give it back to him. Like, I was like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I was pissed off not that I was going to like react and fight like a 70-year-old man, but like this guy's trying to shove God Bless America down my throat. Like, I refuse to sing God Bless America, okay?
I mean, God bless all our bartenders, in the world, because arguing with drunk people when you're sober is got to be the worst thing.
Yeah, and we're almost like kind of like therapists. We're not bartenders, we're like musicians, and we got to deal with them too. And it's fucking like, hey, play fucking like some fucking the hardest song in the world to play. Like, hey, pull that out your ass right now. Why?
We're not gonna reason with
you can't
drunk guys.
Yeah, oh God, you're not. But like, so it was. So they're getting a talking to. Like, so it was a whole thing. We were like, fuck it, we don't need to come back anyway. Like, right. Not because like they sent the girl a message and it made it seem like I was all pissed off. Like, dude, let that girl know. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it was just funny. I was pumped to tell the story on the podcast. But like the fucking guy, man, like, and then as I was grabbing my base, like walking away, he was at the dartboard. And he like almost threw a dart like at me, and I was like, dude, it was the guy with the fucking ponytail and shit.
That's what you got for disrespecting his captain.
Yeah, dude, don't disrespect my captain. That fucking killed me. Like, I was like, right when he said that, I was like, I got something here.
I would say that fighting a veteran wouldn't be a good look for the band.
Just smash him down, beat the fucking shit out of him. Yeah! God bless America!
If he threw a dart at you, I'd say it's free game.
Well, he didn't throw it. It was the old guy with the ponytail. He was like, this was after he got a talking to. I walked, in all fairness, I walked through the line of like the dart where it was going, but he didn't like throw it. He was like, God, don't worry, I'm not going to throw a dart at you. I was like, yeah. He'll say it, man!
Oh, that's amazing, Greg. Really envious of your position.
I mean, hey, you can check us out. We'll be at a VA next weekend. I can't wait.
You better. I hope you guys are practicing the song.
I said, I'll do America, fuck yeah. I'll do that. We'll do that, but I'm not doing God Bless. Like, I would refuse if it was required for bands to play God Bless America every set. I probably wouldn't even play music. I would be like, fuck that. What is this? Where are we?
One would say America, fuck yeah, is twice as patriotic as God Bless America.
Oh, dude, how awesome would have that been if we just pulled that out? We're like, America. That guy would have, like, he probably wouldn't have known what to do. He's like, what the hell's happening? I'd be like, God Bless America.
I bet you had these guys like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, like throwing chairs and shit.
Yeah, they come, you're the best goddamn band in the world.
Yeah, exactly. They probably would have loved it.
And then some lady who was with them gave us like a backhanded compliment. She's like, all right, you guys just got to learn God Bless America. Listen, at first you started out and we weren't really sure about you. You played some sketchy stuff, but then we really liked you. And I was like, yeah, okay.
You should go back again. And
we are back again.
Tell them that you're waiting, saving their song for the end, and then you do America Fuck Yeah instead.
Oh, that would be so fucking good, dude. Yeah. Yeah, we're back April 5th as well, too. So, yeah. Ugh. Can't wait to fucking smoke a pack of butts.
I hope you don't get addicted.
I'm like back there, just like fucking hanging out on the weekend.
Right. He doesn't have a show, he just shows up.
I'm not even smoking butts. I'm just like hanging out, just like living amongst it.
It's the only way I can look sophisticated, all right?
Oh, man. Yeah,
look, I'm not gonna say where I saw this, okay? But I was in a place the other day, and I happened to be privy to a job interview.
Ooh.
All right, and this guy walks in.
Like you're like an eavesdropper, or
I'm an eavesdropper in this situation. Okay, I'm in proximity to the interview, and this guy sits down. And he's like, oh, thank you so much for this interview. He's like, I really appreciate it. I really do. He's like, but I got to let you know right off the bat, I am not reliable.
All right, good start.
He's like, but again, I really appreciate the interview. He's like,
you're hired, $30 an hour.
He's like, it's just, the last job I was at where I was cooking. He's like, I was standing there and like tickets were coming up like every 5 minutes. And I'm just not having that shit. I freaked the fuck out and I got the fuck out of there. He's like, oh man, goodness. This interview was not going well. He kept saying that. This interview is not going well.
The interviewer or the guy?
The interviewee.
The guy's getting interviewed.
I wonder if he just like had to go. Like he didn't even want the job. Like he was forced. He's like on unemployment or something. And you just show that you're actually doing something.
I'm sure whoever sent him there to get the job was a really good person.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Best intentions.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, and another thing, he's like, I am always late, like 20 to like 40 minutes late, like every time I show up to work. And he's like, but I see that I'm in East Rochester and you're only right here, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a point for me.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, and then, you know, he'd say some other terrible thing that he'd done at work. And he's like, and he would just go, oh, this is not going well.
Oh my God.
It was the greatest thing I'd ever seen in my entire life.
I'm glad you were there to witness.
One would say this person is probably a good person. He just has a lot of issues to deal with.
I mean, it just sounds like he really didn't want the job. I don't know. Is he like recording this for some prank?
Hi, Ryan Wilson here from the You Can Eat That Crust podcast. Just curious, folks, have you checked out Pop Culture Reflections? It's a dope-ass podcast reflecting on all things nostalgic from the 80s, the movies, and even wrestling. I got a chance to check out a few of the episodes, and let me say, they were fantastic. But don't even mention Color Me Bad to the host. He ain't having it. That's right, check out Pop Culture Reflections, another podcast brought to you by the You Run Podcast Network. I've also been debating on whether to tell this story or not, because ultimately in the end, it was super mean.
Yeah.
But we host wedding events at my restaurant sometimes, right? And we had this fucking Boston-ass family come down for this wedding.
Oh, boy.
There was like 100 and something people there. There was this terrible musician called Tim Bear who called himself a looping artist.
Oh,
And
shit.
his idea of looping was shaking a maraca and repeating it.
Oh my goodness.
Was he
It
like,
was fucking-
he was recording it in a loop and letting that maraca go? And then
Yeah,
Sounds like a death loop.
it was fucking terrible, dude. It was like, I've seen so many like amazing looping artists
yeah, I was
who are
gonna say,
actually
yeah.
looping artists. So if you're going to put that on your business card, like maybe you should actually do it well. So he's playing like Dave Matthews and like just terrible versions of like fucking Weezer songs and shit. This is fucking awful. And all of a sudden this guy's like, hold on, I want to make a speech.
The DJ?
No, this guy in the
Oh.
crowd, he's like, I want to make a speech. It was the brother of the groom.
Gotcha.
And he gets on stage like, you know, I'll never forget when I met my sister-in-law. He's like, it was fucking hilarious. I'll never forget because I was sleeping in my bed and I fucking open up my covers and what's laying next to me? A road cone. He's like, I knew that was going to be the start of a weird relationship. And like, fucking cracking up.
A
He's
what
like, it's like,
cone? What the fuck?
What did he wake up with?
Yeah.
a fucking road cone.
Oh, like a orange road cone.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like you woke up with a street sign. Like that was a wild night.
So he had,
I got Greg Street right here.
he had a wild night. He stole a fucking construction cone, road cone.
That is a wild night.
So I'm just like, we're just cracking up. I was like, this is the most Boston ass motherfucker I've ever heard in my life. And then I'm just doing impressions of him after, right? And then I go out back laughing. I'm like, dude, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to stop doing an impression of this guy for weeks to come.
Great.
And one of the people working the event looks at me, he's like, he's fucking deaf, you asshole.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
no.
We felt so fucking bad after.
Oh no.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Well, you know, the intentions were there. Not.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad I got all that off my chest.
What's in the news?
Yeah, Sheamus, I hear you got a little news for us.
Did you guys hear about the South Korean man that was crushed to death by a robot?
No.
I don't think so.
It happened in November. This 40-year-old something dude went over to inspect the robot. The robotic arm mistook him for a box of vegetables, grabbed the man, pushed his body against the conveyor belt, crushing his face and chest.
What?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised that they didn't program these robots not to bruise the produce.
Right?
Anyways, he was rushed to the hospital, but later died of his wounds. The robot's job was supposedly picking up boxes of peppers and transferring them to pallets. He was checking the robot's sensor operations ahead of its test run at the pepper sorting plant, and it was scheduled for November 8th. It had originally been scheduled for November 6th, but was pushed back 2 days due to problems with the robot's sensor.
I'll just say this, though, right? What cooler way is there to die than a robot?
I mean, we could all find that out soon enough.
Get your
Wow.
AI's
tails
going.
like crush.
A box of peppers or insignificant human. It was an honest mistake. In my line of work, we say tomato, you say tomato.
Era compute.
That's amazing.
What's the line from with the Terminator? Is like,
Mom, what's wrong with Wolfie?
yeah.
Wolfie's fine, dear. Where are you? Your foster parents are dead.
Vasquez, baby.
Vasquez.
Ah, woo.
All right, and there's another one. I got Brazilian man plunges 130 feet to his death in the hole he dug after dreaming about buried gold.
Oh, shit.
So basically, the 71-year-old man had a dream that revealed to him there was gold buried under his house. He became obsessed with the idea and started excavating through his kitchen floor. They say he must have had some experience because it was a precise, clean 35-inch hole. He started hiring local people to help clear the debris. So he had this rickety wooden platform that he used to lower himself into the hole. In recent days prior to the accident, he had been considering using dynamite to help with a large rock that was hindering the excavation. He had spent more than a year digging the hole and had hired many helpers. The tragedy that led to his death occurred on January 5th. He was believed to have slipped upon exiting the hole after removing some water and mud. He was taken to a medical center for an autopsy where he was found to have suffered head injuries and broken legs as well as other fractures and was pronounced dead after falling down his 12-story hole.
Jesus. So it was like straight down. It's some like stir of echo shit right there. He's like,
yeah, it was like straight down. The photo I saw from the article showed this clean, precise hole with his like wooden platform that he lower himself down. I mean, that's crazy. 130 feet, 12 stories.
Better not have been Kevin Bacon.
In his house. Like, I mean, couldn't have dug the hole out back. He probably didn't want anybody getting any ideas about his gold.
That's like stir of echo shit. Like when Kevin Bacon's like digging the fucking holes in his floors and shit.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that movie.
And this is why I always warn people, like, don't dream, okay?
I don't. That's why I smoke a lot of weed. It kills all my imagination and thoughts. Brought to you by weed.
Anything else, Sheamus?
That's it. I'm good.
That was fire.
You are good. So
Kept
good.
them short and sweet.
Thank you for sharing those with us, Sheamus. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Sharing with the world. Caution. Don't dig holes in your kitchen. Don't go near foreign robots.
Well, you need a dig permit, and AI is scary.
Yeah.
Just like that video I sent you the other day of it was like a George Carlin.
George Carlin,
and it was like funny, like they were talking about like a fart getting divorced.
Well, he was funny. His delivery, he sounded like, he was talking, sounded normal. It wasn't like awkward. There weren't like weird words or pauses. Like it was uncanny.
Yeah, and it was like Will Sasso and like some other comedian like listening to it, kind of like, oh fuck, because
Right.
they were like saying like your jobs are gonna be the first to go. They're gonna fucking bring back all the dead comics, and this is George Carlin say that he's like they're gonna bring back this, they're gonna bring back fucking so and so, and
right. That was crazy. That was wild.
Yeah, dude, it was wicked fucking crazy. Yeah. God damn. I'm ready for it. Take over, AI. Where's Benedict Dyson?
I've always been called, I've considered myself the Kyle Reese of this podcast.
Is that the guy that...
Nice. Yeah, he's a travel back. He's from Terminator 1, and he's Hicks.
Gotcha.
And he's fucking Ned Stark.
He's Ned Stark?
Sean Bean, dog.
What?
Pretty sure.
No. Sean Bean's on the fucking Terminator.
All right. That's what I'm saying.
All right,
Reese,
hold on.
Reese is the guy from his Hicks from Aliens. This is not arguable. He's got a name too. He was in what the hell's that movie with a chick with a leg for the gun? He was in that too.
Oh, the Slaughterfest or whatever it was.
Michael Bean.
Michael B. It's a bean.
It is a bean. Sean Bean's
So, yeah, dog.
But it's spelled wrong. It's B-I like E-H-N. Yeah, that guy's great.
Big ups to Sean.
I love Sean Bean. He's fucking great.
Yeah, he is. But we were talking about Terminator, not
Yep.
Game of Thrones.
Imagine that though. If Sean Bean was in Terminator, that'd be pretty cool.
That would have been shocking. I definitely.
Well, it would have fit his career path. Like,
Yeah,
right.
Kyle Reese dies in Terminator, so.
He would be cool as a Terminator, I think. A Sean Bean Terminator. He's got that
He's too old, man. We'd have to use Sean Bean AI.
That's fine.
God.
We have the technology. We can make it happen.
I was watching, I don't know if you guys have heard of that show Reacher that's on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
it's
know it.
decent. It's entertaining.
So I was watching season 2, and fucking Robert Patrick's in it.
Nice.
And they're having a meeting, and they're like, he keeps checking into these hotels under all these different aliases, and he's like, blah 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 is the first one. He's like, and the second one's Sarah Connor, and he's like, do those mean anything to you? And he's like, well, the first one's a retired baseball player, and he's like, and who gives a fuck about Sarah Connor?
Right. I saw that.
Robert, don't call me Ears Patrick.
Yeah, he didn't age
He's
well.
not aging well. I was just gonna say that.
He was
He's
something.
perfect in Peacekeeper. It looks
I was saying,
crazy.
he was fucking insane in Peacekeeper. He was the racist piece of shit dad.
He was the worst season of the X-Files.
Yeah.
He's like a B. He's kind of a B actor, but again, like all these '80s actors or not like '90s, it's like a resurgence for everybody. Everybody wants to be,
Can we give him at least a B plus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I can take that. I mean, he's no Daniel Day-Lewis.
But who is? Daniel Day-Lewis isn't even Daniel
Yeah.
Day-Lewis. He method acted himself out of being himself.
He's
He's
an
no-
alien.
He's no Edward Furlong, but Edward Furlong can't get any jobs with the way he looks these days.
Oh, have you seen Pecker? Amazing.
I have not.
Edward Footlong.
Also,
Sandwich.
where's Ed Norton, man? He was a phenomenal actor.
I think ever since that Hulk movie there, I think he's like just done.
He crushed it in fucking Sausage Party. He was the bagel. Yeah.
Greg, you love bagels.
He's
Run through twice.
in the Vineyard 2021 art department. Do you hear that they're so I saw this on You Run podcast, our network host leaders, that the 28 Years Later is coming out. And
It's going to be 3 more.
It's going to be
movies.
3
I saw
more.
that. 3 more.
Fucking awesome. That really makes me happy because those are like horror movies that were extremely well done in my opinion. I think 28 Weeks Later definitely is not as good as 28 Weeks Later, but or 28 Days Later, I'm sorry. 28 Days Later is the better one, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I heard they're even trying to get fucking that guy whose name we always say wrong again.
Robert Carlyle.
Cillian.
Cillian Murphy.
Did he win any awards for Oppenheimer?
I think Ryan Gosling won them all for Ken. Someone asked me like, "Hey, do you guys on the podcast see Barbie?" I'm like, "I haven't seen it yet." I'm like, honestly, I'm probably the only one who actually, Ryan, you might watch Barbie.
I might fuck with it someday.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably never watch it.
Yeah, I probably won't but I don't watch anything.
I've heard it's funny. All right, well, this seems like a good time to wrap it up, guys.
That's how you don't get kids. Let's go. Woo!
All right, we want to thank everyone for joining us on another episode of Stuffed Crust. We love each and every one of you.
Yeah, check us out on all them platforms, Spotify, Apple Pod, you know that. We're now on the podcast network, You Run Podcast. There's a bunch of us. Check us all out. Patreon's on Anchor. And I don't know when this is going to drop, but we are doing Animal Attacks very soon.
And Greg's personal views on children are not true representatives of the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. We love children. Let them listen to our show. Get them hooked. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
I like children. I don't want to say I'm not, not in a creepy way.
I'm working on a whole You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast extended universe, Greg.
Nice.
So, yeah, there's going to be some endorsements that, we won't be proud of, but it's going to be big. Well, I guess we'll sign off by saying, in crust, we trust. All right, well,
Later. Thank you.
later.
Whoa. You guys there?
Stuffed crust, yeah, come with stuffed crust. A nigga something extra, yeah, come with stuffed crust. Stuffed crust, yeah, come with stuffed I'm a stuffed crust. Stuffed crust, yeah, I'm a stuffed crust. A nigga something extra, yeah, I'm a stuffed crust. Stuffed crust, yeah, I'm a stuffed crust. So much cheese for a bust, yeah, I'm a stuffed crust.